Good night, and my name is Eileen, and today we are going to talk about the attack on September 11th.
Good night, my name is Fabiola Camargo. Today I'm going to a little introduction about this topic because I think it's very important new about this subject. It is clear that the impressive ascent of September 11 that will be unforgettable days. Unforgettable days. Not only human loss but material we will wonder what happened in the United States if we consider it is a country strongly framing this security. So we can see is that is really is like in other vulnerable. Um, During this debate, we will now different points of view and learn more about this story.
Thank you, Fabiola. So now we are going to answer 7 questions. So the first question is, could the United States Air Force have avoided the attacks? Please, Fabiola.
Yes, thank you, Eileen. Yes, I consider the attack could have been prevented, or at least it would not have been so terrible. The order did not arrive on time. When they arrived, it was too late. The planes we ordered radar, but didn't. Then it was a hiccup. But this plane was one of those that crashes into the twin towers. Everything become confusion. Everything become confusion. So they ordered to send the F-16 by 300 kilometers. Is too far, very far. So they had been able to clear a city closed, but they had communication problems. For that reason, it was not possible because they have very problem in the communication. If they knew the information, they could not take down a commercial plane.
Thank you, Fabiola. Someone else want to add something?
Yes, Eileen. In relation with the question number one, I think that the United States Air Force could prevent the attacks. First, because were many signals before the attacks, and I think that is United States is maybe had excellent, maybe no, had has excellent technology, and second, the country has I maybe two agencies to protect the country, and it's impossible why did or what didn't detect the attacks is for me. I think that was or were many mistakes about that.
Thank you, Joanna. I also think that I also believe that the attacks could prevent. The second question is, were the twin towers deliberately demolished by explosives? Can you tell us the answer, Joanna, please?
Yes. Um, were the twin towers? I think that always it's a big mystery because according to some investigations, and for instance, the NIST is National Institute of Standards and Technology. This institute mentioned in a report that the towers wasn't demolished. As, this institute believe that were the attacks, but was I don't remember the name, was a woman that said that before the attacks captured a terrorist from Morocco, and he has in the computer all very important information about the attacks, but put attention about the war, and is very confused. Maybe always there were, or the war never know the truth, I think.
Thank you very much for your opinion. The third question, I'm going to answer this question, and it is, were some people forewarned about the attacks? Well, the answer is yes, they do, because there have been claims that some individuals received warnings in advance of the attacks. For example, to January to September in 2001, the FAA issues 15 information circulars containing generalized warnings about terrorist threats. That was a long of months. On August 6, 2001, President George W. Bush receives a memo titled Bin Laden Determined to Strike in U.S. And also, Park Godfrey, a professor of computer science at York University in Toronto, Ontario, testified in United States against Susan Lindauer that he had been warned by Lindauer on several occasions of a massive attack on southern Manhattan that would involve planes and the possibility of a thermonuclear weapon. So, of course, there are people that was warned about this attack. And someone else has another opinion about this question?
No.
Okay, thank you. So the fourth question is, was the Pentagon really hit by a plane? Can you tell us the answer, Hillary, please?
Yes. Um, Regarding this question three, I think some theories say that the planes could not bring down the twin towers, which was actually a controlled demolition, as some scientists claim that the impact of the aircraft could not have weakened the buildings enough to collapse. Without, however, there is no evidence or trace of explosive to prove that it happened due to an explosion. Eh, about this question, was the Pentagon really hit by an airplane? I think I think I'm not sure that a plane actually hit the Pentagon. Why? Well, according to some investigation, after the facts, the official witness statements didn't fit together. It is said that the diversion of the plane to Washington was informed. However, the powerful military radars of the United States could see it. How is this possible? And they didn't do something about it either. Some unofficial witnesses claim to have seen a plane, but this plane could be covered by the cameras. Um, Another thing that makes me doubt uh, is that this airplane is a very large and heavy aircraft. in which many people fit. However, I only destroyed the first rings of the Pentagon. I believe that these facts cast doubt on the theory that the Pentagon was hit by a plane.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Eileen.
Thank you, Hilary. Someone else has another opinion about this question?
Yes, I agree with you, Hillary, because in the Pentagon is caused the death of 16 people. Likewise, the impact caused damage to a good part of the building and caused of fire, causing its partial collapse, and that he was found by firing figures for several days. Today, this was restored the Twin Towers.
Thank you, Fabiola. The fifth question is, could the attacks have been prevented? What do you think, Joanna?
Interesting question. I think that the attacks could have been prevented. Uh, First, because United States, the government were many signals, but maybe the government in that time didn't matter about that. And the strongest evidence was exposed by agent Colin Rowley. That request to Washington office about to investigate to Frenchman, but it not was possible. And when the office checked his personal computer, the Washington offices, found important evidence about the attack. Found information about the kind of plane, the explosive, information about how many people enter in the plane and how, and information about what plane used to the attack. But the Washington offices didn't put attention about this information. For this reason, I think that the attacks could have been prevented. I think.
Thank you, Joanna. I also think that the attacks have been prevented. Maybe the United States could make something else that day. The sixth question is for me, and it is, was Osama bin Laden really captured and killed? Well, the answer is yes, because although Osama bin Laden was able to elude US authorities for years, in the wake of the attacks, it was during a raid in Pakistan in 2011 that the United States Special Force caught him and also killed him. And the seventh question is, did the US government cause September 11 on purpose? What do you think, Jenny?
Well, in my opinion, no, it was not caused by the American government on purpose. I think they would never have been able to cause that damage where hundreds of innocents lost their lives and there were big economic losses. I think also that about the investigation, the government of United States formed the National Commission of Terrorism. It's usually known as the 11S Commissions. They published in the reports on July 22 in 2004, concluding the attacks were conceived and carried out by members of Al Qaeda. That's all my opinion.
Thank you, Jenny. So later that now that we have been talk about this attack, I want to say that we will never know who was the true guilty. I think that we will never know the truth about what really happened on September 11th, and that was always unanswered for me. So someone else has another opinion about what happened on September 11th?
Aileen, oh, okay. I know that is very difficult to believe that the government create the war and died many people. Is very difficult. But when a country is no has a power in the world, is the I know, I think that the government needs to create the war for to obtain economic benefits, or I don't know, or increase the arm. See, is very difficult to think about that. Yes, but I I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I think, in my opinion, that the country create the war, link with Al Qaeda and link with Osama bin Laden, because Osama bin Laden is that has had a power, and this country has many oil, many oil, and United States needs this oil. And I don't know, it's difficult to think about that, but maybe.
Yes, I also think that it's difficult. It's really difficult to think that that can be possible. Someone else agree with Joanna, or
Uh,
yes,
Me,
Jenny, Jenny, please.
okay. Well, I read some reports, and most of the investigation says it was caused by Al Qaeda group, but there will always be a doubt who caused these attacks. But United States suffered an attack on the World Trade Center in 1993. There was I was reading about this. There was an FBI agent. His name was John O'Neill. Since 1993, he began to specialize in the fight against terrorism. He studied about terrorism, and in his investigations, he discovered the intention of bin Laden, an Al Qaeda group. And for years, he tried to convince to his chiefs of the danger they pose, but nobody paid attention to him. Finally, he left his job, and in the summer of 2001, in August, the same day of the and after he continued working in the new job. The same day of the attack was his first day job as an security agent of World Trade Center. Of World Trade Center. Sadly, that day he died. Also, before, a Saudi journalist interviewed bin Laden 3 weeks before the attacks, where in that interview he said he would attack the interests of United States with a great attacks. So all that was warning, but nobody paid attention what he said in the interviews. I think it's that this part of the history said Al Qaeda group was who caused this attack. I think that.
Thank you, Jenny. So we are agree in some part because we think that United States doesn't make this attack. And what do you think, Hilary, about this attack?
Yes, I think there are so many doubts around this attack and so many opinions and contradictory investigations that it makes me think that it is likely that it was not an attack terrorist, such as that the towers collapsed too quickly and so perfectly. Some claims of a former agent who took part in the supposed secret missions for the demolition of Tower 7. Also, some witnesses passing through the street at the time of the attack, they claim to have heard the explosions, and there is also the doubt that a plane actually hit the Pentagon, since no camera could capture this fact. Is believed to have been a missile. That is all.
Yes, Eileen, I want to add other information, or maybe I am agree with Hillary, because I read about many witness uh, before the plane hit, listen explosions, many explosions. And why explosions in the building, no? And why the building down fell down very control, with control, is well, many investigations show that is impossible that happen, that if the plane hit, is 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 for this reason, maybe it's a mystery why the witness say that listen some explosions, why? And is that.
Yeah, I read also about this because, for example, Equally Robot Color, a professor of civil engineering and joint other author of architects and engineers for this attack on September 19th. It says that the destruction of the tower was caused by a controlled demolition. They don't think that this was caused about for the uncontrollable fires like other people said. And they say that neither before nor after September 11 did the fires cause the total collapse of a skyscraper with a steel structure or any other natural event, with the exception of the 1985 Mexico City earthquake, which overthrew a 21 ground level office building. So I also think this is very strange that many people say one thing and other people say that they heard the explosions. And Fabiola, do you want to add something else?
Um, no, I agree with you, with Jenny and Hillary, all people. In my conclusion, about this attack is that I believe that the attack could have been avoided. However, I didn't that the United States would have caused this attack. Because there are many or caused this attack because there are many human loss. There are many problem economic loss. It's impossible that United States has many enemies the other countries because this attack no is the first. The first is United States has any attack the different countries. Finally, I am very happy because Osama bin Laden is died. Is a very bad person. For this reason, I'm very happy that Osama bin Laden is died.
Thank you, Joanna, for your opinion. So, in this debate, Fabiana, sorry.
Don't worry.
So, in this debate, we talk about the attacks on September 11th, what happened, and what we know about this attack. Because there are many things that we already don't know. And like we hear right now, um, any of us think different things because we read and we investigated different things, and there are many points of view about what happened on September 11th. So I'm happy because this debate was very well, and I hope you can have a good night. So thank you for assist. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for
Bye,
the
Bye.
Oli.
participation.
Thank you very much.
Thank
This
you.
review is according the subject English 3. Thank you for your participation. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Bye.